Well, welcome back. I come out here again in search of spring flowers. So I come out to this nature preserve. It's kind of known for its Trillium coming up. It's one of the best places in Northwest Indiana for Trillium, prairie Trillium. So I'll turn you around, let you see. The whole floor is just covered in white flowers. So, and every once in a while you get some purple, some reds from the prairie Trillium. But like I said, it's one of the best places in Northwest Indiana for it. I'm gonna set up. I came out, it's a little bit late. The sun's a little high in the sky. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use that to my advantage. I'm actually going to use that to backlight the trees and all these leaves, and try to maybe incorporate the sun in some of the photos, maybe get a sun star, I don't know. But I'm probably gonna set up and try to use the backlit leaves to just add some depth and light illumination to the scene. And I'll flip you around, let you see the first composition that I got right now. So right now that's what I'm looking at. I got this tree right here, 2, 3, 4, 5 main trees, and then because of the separation between this and those trees, it adds depth. I got the trees way up in the foreground. I'm gonna focus stack this. I'm gonna brighten it up a little bit so you can see better. I'm gonna focus stack this for sure, but I'm trying to eliminate the sky and all the bright highlights, bring the top of it down, and just show the base of the trees and the flowers, which this is my main subject, is the flowers. This is just adding depth and some kind of character to the scene. I'm gonna get going on that. So that's my first composition. I'm gonna move around a little bit. Right now I'm at, I got the 24-70 on. I'm probably gonna go with the 100-400, try to really get inside and eliminate that sky completely. There's a little bit of canopy up, but it's not, the canopy up high isn't on yet, so it's allowing a lot of light through, which is okay. You just have to adapt and, you know, eliminate that as much as possible so it's not blinding in your photo. But I'm gonna move around. I might switch around to the 100-400. I'm gonna take a few shots, and every shot I get from this area, I'll put the settings up on the first one, and then run the series of photos. And I'll bring you back when I switch lenses or I move to another spot. All right, so I got this other shot lined up. I did switch over to the 100-400. Hopefully you enjoyed the photos that I took with the 24-70, but I want to kind of compress the scene, get a little deeper into the scene with the 100-400, and then I also want to eliminate all them highlights in the sky. So getting a little more range into the scene, picking out little scenes inside the woodland. Sometimes that's the way to go, especially now. We do have partly cloudy skies. It's coming over the sun, but the sun's kind of high in the sky, and it's creating a lot of darker shadows and brighter highlights, so it's kind of hard to control. I'll show you on the back what I have right now. I've taken a few shots from here. Some of them I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna work out, but that's okay. So I'll show you what I got right now and walk you through it. So that's the scene I got right now. Let me adjust that a little bit for you. I'm just showing each one of these trees as it layers through the scene. It's creating depth. And then I got these flowers in the foreground, all these Trillium in the foreground, and then sprinkled through the scene. And the light's kind of streaming through at times into it. So it's creating a nice little scene there, nice little picture. 1/5 of a second, f/16, ISO 64, and all these green, small green leaves right here, when the sun is pushing through them clouds, all this is illuminated. So it's kind of brightening up the scene, and then you're getting little rays of sun coming through here. So as I probably should have got out here earlier, but I had something else to do, so I couldn't make it out with the sunrise, which was a really nice sunrise, by the way. A lot of pinks and oranges in the sky, and it is what it is. So I'm gonna keep walking around. I'm gonna keep taking some different shots, different areas with this, trying to pick out little different scenes, and I'll bring you back as soon as I get somewhere else. And let me know what you think about all these in the comments, and I'll see you in a second. All right, so I'm still on the 100 to 400, and honestly, I haven't even moved that far into the scene. I'm not even 100 yards into the trail. I've just been sitting here picking out composition after composition. There's so many, and to bring you behind the camera for every single one of them, I think would kind of be, you know, a little boring for you, and a lot of it's a lot of the same. I'm doing the same things over and over and over again, just with different compositions, different scenes. I'm gonna put all the pictures up anyway, so it's, you know, you're gonna get to see what I had. But I wanna show you, 100 to 400 is one of my favorite lenses to use in woodland. Especially up here, there's a lot of places that you go that you're not supposed to be off a trail. And there are preserves and woodlands where it doesn't matter, you can go off trail. But you still have to be, you know, you still have to recognize where the plants are, where the flowers are, where everything is, and you don't really want to destroy nothing. You don't want to destroy no habitat. It's a gift to have, and it's something that you want to keep going for generations. You're not going to be the last one to see this, so you don't want to destroy anything. And so I tend to stay on trail in almost every single one, just to make sure I'm not destroying nothing, I'm not disturbing nothing. I'll show you what I got on the back of the camera, and take that into mind when I show you some of these pictures. I'm taking them from the trail. I'm not getting into the scene at all for any reason, but that 100 to 400 puts me into the scene. So I can go all the way into 400 millimeters and get in places where I couldn't be able to walk simply because of that. And it also compresses the scene, so it brings everything from the background. It seems like it's closer to the front. With that, you struggle a little bit with depth, but you can use layering a little bit to still maintain the depth, or where each tree in the photo is and your height of the tripod. You can still create depth with it. It doesn't necessarily stop you from doing the things that you need to do. You just have to do a workaround. So I'll show you what I got right now, kind of walk you through it, and then explain what I'm talking about, and then walk you through the settings, and then I'll put all the photos up that I have from up here, because I'm going to continue walking down. I still have another half mile to a mile. I think this trail is 3/4 or 1 mile long, but it's a loop, so you come back, and there's 2 different sides to it on the loop. So I'll walk you through these, show you what I got real quick. So kind of what I'm talking about, hopefully you can see what I'm talking. I got all the flowers down here and all that, but you see, like, these trees in the background, those are at least, this tree is probably about 10 foot farther than this tree. This tree to this tree right here, that's about 20, 30 foot. but you see how it pulls it towards the front. It compresses the scene. I'm doing that, one, to eliminate a lot of the strong highlights that are up on top. So I'm coming below that. I still have the sun shining through these light leaves, so I got some of these light leaves in there. Those all illuminate, and then it creates little streaks, little lines coming down onto the flowers. The one thing I am struggling a little bit with is there's a lot of wind. So I'm kind of capturing in between wind, but you have to be careful, because if I capture in between wind, the light changes. So you kind of have to work through your scene. Once you get the composition right, and you get the lights in, the light how you want it, the wind is up there, you kind of have to work through the scene fast, use a stronger shutter speed, or a faster shutter speed, I should say, I'm sorry, or wait until the wind dies down, use what you got, and then work through your scene and focus stack what you need to focus stack. So, there's a train, sorry. Wait for that to pass. Okay. Every one of these scenes I'm focus stacking. The other thing with a long lens is you might compress the scene, but you have to focus stack a lot more if you want the whole scene sharp. A lot of these aren't off in the distance. I'm maybe 30 foot away from the first tree in the scene from the camera. So from there to the back, I'll have to focus stack. I did actually take this picture. I think I used 10 photos in order to focus all the way through the scene. But it compromises. 100 to 400 gets me into the scene where I can't walk. I have to adapt to what's around me. So just so you know, when you get out and you're taking these, especially if you're a beginner, I'm at f/16 with the 100 to 400. You're probably not going to get the whole scene sharp unless everything is in the distance, and that's just part of it. I'm going to make a tutorial video on how to focus stack and how to blend that in Photoshop. That's going to be coming up, but as of right now, just know that you have to take shots from the beginning of the scene to the back of the scene, and every part where it changes depth or distance in order to create everything sharp, if you want it sharp. Some scenes, I don't want the background sharp, so I'll just focus on the subject and the surroundings, and let everything else fall off into focus. So basically it's your artistic vision. Every photo is what you artistically want to show in your photo. And well, hopefully you enjoy these pictures. Sorry for the long commentary, but I'll put all these pictures up. I'll put all the ones that I've taken so far up. Hopefully you enjoy them. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm gonna wrap up and start moving back farther into the trail, and I'll pick back up with you when we get back there. Thank you. All right, so what I've done, I've actually gone for more intimate details. I'm still taking the broader scene, I'm still taking the wider scene, but I'm still working with the 100 to 400. And I figure because where the sun's at and there's some cloud cover coming over the top, instead of focusing on the grand scene of things, you know, I wanted to get more intimate shots. So I'll flip you around and let you see what I'm talking about in the back of the camera. So let me turn that down. Hopefully you can see that. I boosted up the ISO to 320. That's to get enough light because the wind's still pushing these around quite a bit. And you can see the movement. You know, just a little bit of wind push those around and make it blurry. So I had to boost up the ISO in order to get the shutter speed fast enough. I'm actually at 1/30th of a second. F16 still, but I got 1, 2, 3 flowers in there. Let me change the display. 3 flowers in there, and then I got this coming up, kind of bordering it, and the taller one on the left. But I got this log. I'll show you. This log right here. You got the 3 are right here, but I got that as the backdrop. And I kind of think it looks more of a painterly scene. I think it looks pretty cool. I'm gonna mess around here. I'm probably gonna still take some more landscape shots, wider scene shots, but I want to focus more on the intimate details right now. And there's a lot of like purple flowers and these prairie trillium and these trillium still in this part of this section of the woods that's growing around, especially around the bases of the trees. There are a bunch of different colors, so I want to try and emphasize that. I want to capture that, especially with the sun coming in and out of the clouds. It's creating some nice soft light over the top of the scene, and picking out little details like that, I can kind of play the scene a little better than trying to capture the whole thing with all of the light coming through or not being there. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to capture some of these other prairie trillium and these other trillium that are next to these logs or next to these tree stumps, and I'll put some photos up. I'm going to continue on and take some more photos, but here's the ones that I captured so far, and I'll see you back in a second. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you. All right, well, I almost completed the loop, and there's some smaller scenes. I got one more scene I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to wrap up the video. I might take some periodic shots between here and the car, but I can almost see my car out in the distance. So, and here comes another train, of course. So let me walk you through the scene real quick. So what I just got these flowers. Tilt that down. Got these flowers on here, kind of centralized. I get a tight shot and a back shot, but I think they're violets. I don't know, I could be wrong, but they're right here in the scene. So I still got the 100 to 400 on there, 1/13th of a second, f16, ISO 320, and that brings me to a shutter about 140, 150, something like that. But like I said, I got these just off center to the left. I think they make a nice little scene with all this out of focus. But like I said, that's gonna be the last shot for the day. I'll put this up and all the shots that I take in between now and the car, and all the ones that you haven't seen yet, because I stopped and took a couple others. But I'm gonna get out of here. Sun's kind of high in the sky, the wind's picking up, all kinds of things are against me. Doesn't mean you can't get shots though. So I'm gonna take a few more shots on the way out to the car, and I appreciate you coming along. Like, share, subscribe. Tell me what you think about the photos, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.